we're back and we're about to wear the maid outfit. I'm so psyched. I struggled to figure out all the class and what velcros to what, but Ashley took the time to help me get situated. I wonder if we were playing like as a guy, that Ashley would have dressed up like a maid and then we would have dressed up like a butler. I wonder. But Ashley took the time to help me get situated. Once this just looks like our break room, but reversed. I think that's literally what they did. We were done, we headed backstage, which I say resembles the Funplex break room, but hey, same purpose, same function. Here the cosplayers lie in wait for the big show to start, including one particular butler and a newly minted maid. Squee! You look so cute! I wish I looked half as cute as you did in this. But seriously, you're going to have to do this with me more often. You make a perfect Alice. Alice? Right, I forgot. You know nothing of melee maidens. Alice is the head maid of the Neko Manor. Oh, okay. So, Angus, that's me, and Alice, that's you, are siblings fighting alongside each other to prevent other maids and butlers from taking over their estate. They fight for Lady Nias. Oh, and I almost forgot. Ashley pulls out more costumes. Oh my god, I'm wearing cat ears and a tail. I should have known from the Neko Manor. This time it's a set of cat ears and a tail. Alice is a cat girl. Of course. I wish I'd known this before I agreed. What? But you don't have cat ears, and I thought we were siblings. Shh. Spoilers. You don't find out that they are siblings until after you beat Angus's story arc. When the game starts, Angus has amnesia, and after you win, Alice appears and tells you everything. Angus' power is unleashed, and he becomes his old cat boy self. It also unlocks an extra skin you can play with, but now we've gotten a very far off track. Satisfied? Any more questions? I think that covers it. Ashley fastens the cat tail on the back of the main dress, replaces the headband on my head. With the costume finalized, I take a long, hard look in the mirror. Oh, I'm so excited to see how we look. That looks really bad. I'm sorry, that just looks bad. God. And okay, it's not. Why are we so tall? I wish I could have affected the height of the game. It's definitely not me, but I can live with this. I don't like it. Ugh. I wish our character just didn't look like that. Oh, good. Katie and Steph are here too. Who? They're a couple of my good cosplay friends, and they are way more talented than me, even. And they just happen to be the main characters for the cosplay parade. Ashley waves over to them, and they smile, waving back. I talked with them earlier after the parade. They'll let us come up on stage and talk about Funplex Fantasy. Whoa, really? Really? Thank you so much, Ashley. That'll help a ton. Yeah, it helps to know people sometimes. We found a few other cosplayers who dress up as other Melee Maiden characters, and we all formed into a group. I hate how we look. I'm sorry. I wish I could have customized more. Even though we were together, Ashley and I kept to ourselves and save for pleasantries. As we chatted away, the Max attendant came back to give us a final warning before we went on stage. Everyone listen up, we got 10 minutes before the parade, make sure you're all ready to go. I think I'm experiencing performance anxiety. My heart rate increases and I feel flushed. The pressure to look perfect is too much. Ashley, do I look okay? Are my ears on straight? What about the tail? You look fine, trust me. You're the best cat girl maid I've ever seen. I bet you say that to all your cosplay friends. I don't. Oh, honest. Well, I think that you're, what did you call it, crossplay? It's fantastic. Why did you choose to crossplay as Angus anyway? I would have expected you to be one of the other fancy maids. I crossplay because that's what makes me feel most comfortable, really. At first I dressed up as various boys because I adored those characters so much, you know. But the more I did it, the more I had fun with it. The more I began to feel like me, and then I wanted to do it more and more. Oh, is she... I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means in relation to who I am, and that's the confusing part, yeah. But I guess that's all part of the journey about finding out more about myself. I know it's hard to understand, but I just know that I'm working on being happy with myself. And one day, I'll be able to put words into what I'm feeling, and until then, I'll enjoy the ride. You know, you should cosplay as Adrian Agreste. You'd be perfect. I see. I hope I didn't pressure you into oversharing just now. I would never shared it if I didn't feel comfortable with you. I mean this with all my heart. You are a cherished friend. Oh, we haven't even known you that long. That's so sweet. Oh wait, nope, we don't. Well, gosh, thanks, Ashley. I really appreciate the trust you put in me. I won't let you down. Cosplayers, the time is nigh. Once again, the attendant started barking orders at us. We all shuffled into another line, like how we were told to do earlier, and slowly we all began filing out of the room. The closer we got to the stage doors, the more I feel the nerves creep in. We're next. Melee Maidens group, go! Now! Ashley looks over at me, just beaming. This is her life, her everything. Take a deep breath, Izzy. I close my eye, taking in as much air as I can. I hold it. I can't do that and talk. I hold it in for a long moment before exhaling. I open my eyes slowly and take a step into the Pac-Man theater and onto the stage. I'm following Ashley, who's following the rest of the maid and butler crew. Once all of us are on the stage, the MCs. Wow, that really showed the nerd in me. I actually meant MCs and not main characters. The MCs announced us as the Melee Maidens group. As I look out into the front of us, I can see a completely packed theater. It's hard to make out specific faces due to the stage lights, but I see the outlines of hundreds of people. I bet there's people in the crowd we know, and we don't know we're being embarrassed there. Wait, did I skip something by accident? Hold up. Okay, no, we're good. As a rush of adrenaline rushes through my body, and I look over to Ashley. Why do I look so bad? I wish it looked so much better. A proper butler, she takes a step with purpose and elegance. She isn't breaking character for anything. Not all the cheers in the audience, not all the people smiling and laughing around her. She is Angus, and she is owning it. The announcer asked us to strike a pose on 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'll do a polite curtsy. I curtsy with all... Oh, wait, that was a neutral response. Maybe I should have done flirty. I curtsy with all the grace and elegance as someone with absolute no formal maid training whatsoever. Works out okay enough, though. We finished holding our pose long enough for everyone in the audience to get a good amount of pictures of us. And once a sufficient amount of snaps have been snapped, an MC instructs us to stay on the stage, passing Ashley a microphone for the big Funplex Fantasy announcement. Everyone, it means so much to us that you could join my sister and Alice and I here at Neko Manor. As you know, we adore organizing exorbitant galas and Lady Nice... Wow, I pronounced that earlier fine. Nice estate. However, Alice and I are planning a very extravagant event at a very extravagant location. Go on, Alice, tell them everything. Ashley hands the mic to me. Watching her never break character has inspired me to play along here too. That's right, Angus, next weekend we will be hosting a costume contest at Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall, you say? Huh? I see that Back to the Future reference. It's all part of the Funplex Fantasy, along with a Fist of Discomfort tournament, a world record attempt on Moopy's Magical Maze, and the reveal of a rare and mysterious game. Oh my, first time the public will have seen it? You know it, brother. This is so weird. This is so cringy. I hate it. This isn't even the event to miss. It will be the most noteworthy event of the season. And remember, this is a private affair, so please only tell your closest friends. Ashley winks to the audience before bowing. I bet all the fangirls are freaking out over her. Amounts of rush cheers fill the theater as we walk off the stage for a second. The MCs give their closing words and dismiss the crowd as people begin exiting the auditorium, and I feel my phone vibrate in my hidden dress pocket. At first, it was just a couple of vibrations, but before I could realize what was happening, my phone started seizing. Are we, tagged in a bunch of stuff? My friends texting me being like, yo, we just saw you on stage. I'm scared. What the? I pulled my phone from my pocket and saw that the Funplex face wall had over 1,000 shiny new likes. They posted it on Facebook, didn't they? No, really, what the hell? The cosplayer parade is a huge part of every Max and generates thousands of photos and articles online. Also, it was being live streamed. I would not have said yes if I knew all of this stuff. Actually, you failed to mention that part. Well, you seem so nervous, and I didn't want to make it worse. And that act you pull off just now has generated a 700% increase of traffic on our site. I also gobbled up some paid keywords, so if anyone posts about cosplay at Max, they will see an ad for Funplex Fantasy. Pretty genius, right? Luckily, I scanned my own face wall, and even people I knew who weren't arcaders were talking up a storm about it. I also could hear cosplayers discussing it as we waited for the auditorium to clear out. I can't wait till next weekend. That Funplex Fantasy thing sounds like a blast. I am totally going to that Funplex place. Do I have to wear my next cosplay there? Z, we did it. I had lots of help from you two, Ashley. Don't count yourself out. We make a pretty great team. It was great to hear all the buzz around the cosplay community, and Iris really helped with the social media aspect. I can't believe it was that easy. I mean, tiring, but easy. That was great fun and all, but I'm completely exhausted. Me too. I need a break from all this, some time to collect my thoughts and rest my eyes from all this. Flashing lights. I'm still seeing spots. You hear that? Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex. A bunch of other local arcades are doing the same over in Hall B. It might be worth stopping by there for a breather with some friends and make sure they aren't slacking. That sounds like a solid plan. You want to come with me? Not quite yet. I need to do some touch-ups on my makeup. How about I meet you there later? Great. See you soon. That was fun. Let's look at our score. I'm just curious. So ours went up a little bit for her, but we're still going for Naomi. I wave bye to Ashley as I make my way back toward the restrooms to change back into my usual clothes for the time being. And then it's off to Exhibit Hall B, on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. That was pretty. I hope we're still not wearing the costume, to be honest, because we are not looking good in that. Let's see, Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. But there's definitely more actual arcade games here, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with the giant garish Deco's Palace display eating up the center, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find... She's always looking away. I love her. It's like literally like a floating joystick and buttons for Percy. Well, now pretty much everybody else in the crew, save for Francine. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. I've got some time. Maybe I can bend someone's ear. Meanwhile, let's see. What's everyone doing right now? Naomi's fixing up busted Galaga. She could use a break. Naomi looks totally frustrated with the monitor chases for her game partially removed, so she can tinker with it. There's definitely neck glow, so the neck can't be cracked. So why am I getting nothing at all? Hey, Naomi? Oh, Z. Sorry, I was wrapped up in my own little world there. What's up? I'm taking a break, and as of now, you are on break as well. That's sweet, but I really can't... You're getting nowhere with that game. Take a break. Consider it in order. I guess I'm on break then. Cool. You want to get away from the crowd for a bit? Find a quiet corner and hang out? Decompress a bit? Absolutely. I can't busy myself with the game, but I hate the crowds. Always have. Every year I go to Max. Naomi reaches out and grabs my hand before I can object and drags us off to a semi-quiet little niche between two display booths. Good for a private conversation. Okay, no broken games, no chattering strangers. Good. Honestly, I love my retro games, but I wish they'd break down less often. All this 1980-something tech is fun to play with, except when downtime is lost profits. Okay, so I gotta know, why the fixation on retro games? I'm not saying they aren't cool, it's just not something folks our age are usually into, right? I'd contest that with posts by 20-somethings on classic games collector sites, but you're really asking why I'm into this stuff? And hey, what's not to love? The glow of cathode ray tube blooming colored through the scan lines, the simple and clean pixel art style. One stick, a few buttons, easy to learn, hard to master. You can keep your crazy networked real-time strategy, beat 'em up esport fighter thingies. Give me a maze or a spaceship or a bunch of dots any day. Or a princess to rescue and turtles to jump on? Yo, Mario. Right, well, more the jumping than the rescuing, although I do like the princess rescuing the prince in Wyvern Keep. Good pixie. Weren't you pulling for me to pick Phrase Invaders? Well, yeah, but I can dig Wyvern Keep too. So how'd you get started with retro games? Well, I know the cliche answer is I had an older brother who introduced me to games, but that's basically the truth. Sort of indirectly, I guess. That's actually the same with me. For a whole summer, my jerk of a brother was in charge of babysitting me, and being a teenager, he didn't want to bother. He wanted to go to the arcade and hang out with his friends. So he dragged little old me with him to the arcade and gave me a fistful of tokens and told me to keep myself busy. At first, I played all the kids played, ticket games, prize games, but I got bored with it fast, realizing I wasn't winning much of anything. Honestly, kids are smart, right? They gotta realize they're being scammed. Yuck, enough kids are blind to make the scam work. Well, when you really want a toy with all your heart. When you really want a toy with all your heart. Yeah. Don't be so hard on kids. I've worked on the floor for weeks. I've seen how fixated a kid can get on some high-ticket plushie. When you made up your mind and already spent tiles of ticket tokens, well, you gotta keep going. Otherwise, you have to admit it wasn't worth it. Yeah, it's cruel, the sunk cost fallacy. I wish I could just give those kids the toy they want, or I don't know, sell it, but no way Gavin would allow that. Plus, well, there was one other problem with the ticket game area. Too many kids, just way too many kids. I didn't know from school I didn't go to. I was too timid to ask people to leave a game I wanted to play, or even to hover around them, worried they might talk to me. I'm not really good with strangers, huge crowds of them. I'm relating way too much with Naomi here. Once I get to know someone, well, they're not a stranger, that's different. Like you, I got to know you quickly enough. Considering she gave me her lunch on day one, quickly indeed. But there was one area of the arcade which had next to nobody playing games, where I didn't need to put a quarter up and wait in line, where everything was fun. Retro games. Exactly. Only a few older guys back there, I could play anything I wanted. Every game was a single token, and it was also amazingly cool and flashy and colorful, and oh, it was a paradise. Those games were my new best friends. Now I looked forward to my jerk of a brother abandoning me in the arcade to go play fighting games. Eventually, summer vacation ended, and it was back to school, but I kept visiting arcades, and especially ones with good retro collections. So that's how I got into classic arcade games. And that's how you caught Pac-Man fever. The only prescription is more Pac-Man. I don't know a young girl alone with a bunch of... Seems inadvisable. We're going to end it here, though, because we reached the time limit. We'll continue our conversation with Naomi in the next one. See you guys.